The next main theme to look at on a photo walk is thinking about contrast. Because a photo walk is built around the unexpected, it can feel overwhelming about what to photograph. At any given time, there are so many choices. Another way to tune your eye is to concentrate on finding contrasts in your walk. Contrast itself is a big theme, and I've broken it down into 5 examples of contrast to look for. So starting with number 1, different shapes. Look for where your view gets interrupted. This gas tower, for example, dominates the sky, but seen juxtaposed here with this empty signage frame, I can achieve a new strong composition. As mentioned in the colour lesson, look for where man-made meets nature, which can be a rich source of contrasting shapes. For example, here is seen in silhouette. Number 2, flat versus texture. Another way of thinking about this is smooth versus rough, or dirty versus clean. Often this focus will be found among a range of materials. Different materials will have different textures, so look for where they collide. Number 3, contrast of object. Similar to looking at materials, look for different objects. This can tell an interesting story. Areas of litter, derelict spaces, or neglected corners can be a useful source of where to find contrasting objects. Number 4, foreground and background. Think about the depth of an image. Often a contrasting image is made up of a strong and distinct foreground and background. Look for where subject matter really stands out, and often you will have this theme emerging. Lastly, number 5, spot the cross-section. As a textile fanatic, this is another favourite of mine. You can imagine this as layers. Look for where the horizontal and vertical meet. This is rich in urban areas where there is a lot of building activity. Crop in close to the cross-section and make it the feature of your image. Time to think about actions for this theme, finding contrast. So you're looking at different shapes. Look for shapes in nature and shapes in man-made items. You're also looking at flat versus texture. So that's really thinking about materials and where they might be very different from each other in one image. You're looking for contrasts of objects. So thinking about neglected or derelict spaces can be a really good source of unusual things seen together. Foreground and background. So where there's a real strong, distinct difference between the foreground and background, that will provide quite a striking image. And spotting the cross-section, so looking for layers in your work. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next lesson.